Rivalries are something all too common in Uma Musume. A strong rival, in most situations, present the ability for our protagonists to push past their boundaries and overcome hardship. In having strong competitors, the only option is to dig deep and work as hard as you can to break past your limits. Beginning of a New Era is a prime example of showcasing that pursuit of greatness in Uma Musume. However, what happens when your rival is someone completely untouchable? A presence so overwhelming that it would shatter all confidence someone would have. The history of Japanese horse racing has seen many strong competitors come and go as the years have progressed. Rarely do we see such dominating careers as Simbali Rudolph and Katsuragi Ace. Maiden debuts are normally where these horses shine, showing a new audience what they're capable of. But what happens when all expectations are shattered?
Guys, I get chills from some of these anime scenes.
When the audience is shown the sheer potential a new racer has. One who would dominate the racetrack and disappear as quickly as they came, leaving behind such a strong legacy that would usher in a new era of horse racing. This is the story of Agnes Tachyon, the Phantom of the racetrack.
I love crazy looking characters. I love when their faces are like that. It looks so cool.
Like other videos, this one will be surprisingly short. Agnes Tachyon's racing career isn't that extensive,
exactly.
But it is the importance of his participation in his short career that would solidify him in horse racing history. Agnes Tachyon was born on April 13th, 1998.
What a beautiful horse.
And from the very beginning, had clear potential to be a strong racehorse.
Wow.
Tachyon's sire was Sunday Silence, a famous racehorse from America who'd been brought over to Japan. Sunday Silence was one of the best sires that Japan had ever seen.
He's so beautiful. Wow, I've always wanted a black horse like this with the white spot on his head. That looks beautiful.
Displaying strong pedigrees to pass down to the various children he'd have in his retirement. It wasn't only Tachyon's sire that was famous, but his dam as well. The dam of Agnes Tachyon was Agnes Flora, a well-known racehorse, most notably placing first in the Oka show.
Is a dam like the mother?
Agnes is a clan name which shows Tachyon's lineage, and the name Tachyon is defined as a hypothetical particle faster than the speed of light. From birth, expectations were high for Tachyon to fill the shoes of both his mother and father's history. Though Tachyon displayed a strong lineage, he would not be seen as a favorite to win his debut race. Tachyon had not seen much training in comparison to his competition, leading many to believe that his abilities wouldn't be as sharp against other horses at the debut. Tachyon would claim
I wonder at what age do they start racing?
victory in this debut race over the fan favorite rebroadcast, cementing his position as a fierce competitor. In some cases, debut races are the only first place finishes some horses achieve. However, for Tachyon, it would only be the beginning of a string of multiple victories to come. Tachyon's debut race would also show the audience that he was far above the capabilities of other newcomers. During the final spurt of the race, Tachyon would clear 600 meters in 33.8 seconds. Most racehorses average a time of 35 to 36 seconds to clear the same distance.
Jesus Christ, it's so fast.
Horses being able to barely lower that time to 34. Tachyon wasn't only winning
sometime in the 2 years and late ones in 3 years. That's crazy because my friend got herself a horse and she can't even ride him right now because he needs to grow a little more. His back is it's not solid enough. But then again, they're not horse races. They haven't been bred by the utmost coolest champions in the world. So maybe his genetics aren't as good.
Debut races against newbies either. In his very next race, Tachyon would challenge some of the greatest names to come in this era of racing, one of the most notable being Jungle Pocket. Pocket, the main character in Beginning of a New Era, isn't anyone to scoff at either. Pocket's career, though not as impressive as Tachyon's, would end the dynasty of TM Opera O, an undefeated G1 racehorse, and officially usher in a new generation of horse racing. Pocket wouldn't only defeat a strong Japanese racehorse, but also would stand atop the strongest in the world, claiming victory in the Japan Cup in 2001. Uma Musume portrays Agnes Tachyon as an Uma obsessed with pushing past her own limits. She wishes to see how far her body can go before breaking, and the true peak that an Uma Musume can reach while racing. She's absolutely obsessed with this research and is rarely seen training or taking anything else seriously. In the anime, her presence is eerie, almost haunting as we first encounter her alongside Jungle Pocket. It isn't just the first meeting that proves offsetting, but the deranged nature Tachyon shows on the racetrack. During Tachyon's second race, at the radio town—
She's got this crazy scientist vibe going on. I wanted to say that she looks like Urahara from Bleach, but she's more like the other crazy scientist that's like half robot.
High Sansei stakes, the anime would showcase just how overwhelming Tachyon's racing style was for her opponents. Tachyon's real-life counterpart wouldn't just win this race, but also would set a record time. It would be following this race, and after only 2 races in total of his career, that Tachyon's trainer, Masayuki Nagahama, would set his sights on making Tachyon the next Triple Crown racehorse. After making this decision, Nagahama would schedule Tachyon's next race to be the Yayoi Sho. The Yayoi Sho is seen by many as a prelude to the Triple Crown series. Should Tachyon place first in this race too, it would only further solidify Nagahama's belief that he could be the next Triple Crown recipient. By this point in Tachyon's short career, he would become well known by both trainers and jockeys alike. One peculiar thing about the 2001 Yayoi Sho is a low number of horses participating in this race. Normally, the Yayoi Sho is a place where the strongest congregate, all with dreams similar to Tachyon's, to seize the next Triple Crown. However, due to Tachyon's entry, several trainers would pull from the competition. Tachyon's sheer presence alone was a force to be reckoned with, once more, clearly displayed in beginning of a new era. Unsurprisingly, Tachyon would win the Yayoi Sho without any issues. Tachyon's jockey, Hiroshi Kawachi—
Dude, he's really good at pronouncing all the Japanese names really well, unlike me. But I can't even pronounce the English words well.
At this point, also firmly believed in Tachyon's capabilities to seize a Triple Crown. This wasn't a close race whatsoever. Tachyon had won by 5 horse lengths over Born King, once more displaying to the audience that Tachyon was in a league all his own. In the anime, Cygames pays close attention to Tachyon's name, displaying her running state as if she's chasing an ideal form of herself. This is the pinnacle of Tachyon's dream, to truly break the limits of a normal Uma Musume, living up to the name given to her. With an overwhelming victory at the Yayoi Sho, it comes as no surprise that a month later, Tachyon would be entered in the Satsuki Sho, the first step to achieving the prestigious Triple Crown. Once more, Tachyon would enter the race against Jungle Pocket. This would also mark Tachyon's first G1 race in his career. It would come as no shock that Tachyon would place first at the Satsuki Sho, displaying an effortless victory once more over a group of tough competitors. When finishing this race, Kawachi would hold up one finger over his head, signifying this was the first of 3 wins for the prestigious Triple Crown title.
Ooh.
In the anime, this would shatter Jungle Pocket and drive her to push as hard as she could to catch up to Tachyon, declaring her as her rival and vowing to beat her. Despite this, as real-life events would recall, Jungle Pocket would never get that chance.
They're Uma maxing. Limit break.
In the anime, Agnes Tachyon, following her 4 consecutive wins, would announce a sudden retirement, chalking it up to seeing the potential in Jungle Pocket to surpass a barrier Tachyon couldn't reach. Keeping true to her normal personality, Tachyon states that it's not important that she keeps racing, as she's already proven her strength over Pocket, only driving home the emphasis of their difference in strength. The sudden retirement of Tachyon will reflect a brief examination that he'd undergo before the Tokyo Yushun.
Okay.
On May 2nd, 2001, it was discovered that Tachyon had a bowed tendon in his front left leg. Though not as severe as other Umas we've covered in previous videos, the injury was enough to cause his trainer to retire him on August 29th. The Tokyo Yushun would take place on May 20th.
Tachyon was vlogging the competition. I have a feeling that we're gonna be using those terms for like a few weeks.
2001, with Jungle Pocket taking first place.
Yeah, legit.
This caused major controversy to stir, seeing how with Tachyon's absence, Pocket was able to steal a victory. This sudden retirement, as reflected in the anime, came as a harsh blow to horse racing fans. Many firmly believed in Tachyon's capability to obtain the Triple Crown, and the race records following his retirement only act to solidify that claim. In addition to the Satsuki Sho and Tokyo Yushun, the Kika Sho would also be won by a competitor Tachyon would beat effortlessly in past races. Manhattan Cafe would claim the
I
Kika
love
Sho
Manhattan.
victory with Tachyon's absence, making both remaining Triple Crown races won by horses Tachyon had previously bested. This would lead people to give Agnes Tachyon the nickname of the Phantom Triple Crown, a racehorse who clearly would have dominated in his era of racing. A presence so strong that it led some to withdraw from the competition
I have
entirely
shivers.
against him. In the anime, as Uma Musume does, the aim is to honor the legacy that would follow Tachyon's retirement.
Right, so they're like all these other horses are racing against Tachyon's Phantom, basically, because he just retired. He's like, I've already won, whatever, and they still want to surpass him.
Jungle Pocket would try time and time again to convince Tachyon to continue racing. However, hiding her injury and true motives, Pocket would only be met with the same answer each and every time. Tachyon had already proved her dominance over Pocket, and through this, Tachyon wanted to see just how much further Pocket could surpass her. The remainder of beginning
I'm not familiar with Pocket. I don't think we have her on Global, do we?
of a new era follows Jungle Pocket's internal struggle with never being able to compete with Tachyon again. Her rival had essentially vanished after proving undefeated strength on the racetrack. During this time, Tachyon would seem content with this decision, the seeming injury she'd gotten having prevented her from truly realizing her full potential. It would be at Jungle Pocket's race at the Japan Cup that Tachyon would realize that she didn't want someone else to reach that point for her, but instead, she'd aim to reach it herself. Through Jungle Pocket's perseverance, even with Tachyon's absence, her resolve had shifted, ending the movie off with the defeat of TM Opera O and ushering in the new era of Umas. These being Dansu Flame, Manhattan Cafe, Jungle Pocket, and Agnes Tachyon. Though this video has given away some aspects of the movie, I highly suggest watching beginning of a new era.
Okay.
For how short the runtime was, it really is one of the best things Sai Games has produced in the Uma Musume anime universe. Following the Real Horse's retirement, Agnes Tachyon would participate in retirement races, which are far less competitive than the previous victories he'd accumulated over his career. Both Tachyon's jockey and trainer stated that Tachyon simply loved to race, and all of his monstrous victories could simply be due to that fact. In addition to participating in retirement races, Tachyon would also become a highly successful breeding stallion, being named the lead stallion in 2008. Some notable offspring of Tachyon's were Deep Sky and Daiwa Scarlet. Tachyon would pass away suddenly in 2009 due to an acute heart failure.
No.
Today, Tachyon is still remembered as a Phantom Triple Crown racer, one who suddenly emerged and was extinguished before he could recognize greatness.
Stop. Tachyon actually made 2,500 kids? No way.
Even though his career was brief, Tachyon ushered in a new era, but sadly, couldn't be a part of it.
Wait, Tachyon made 2,500 kids and then got a heart failure?
This was the story of Agnes Tachyon, the phantom of the racecourse who redefined the racing world.
Wow.
Did you enjoy this video, and who should I cover next?
Yeah, I did.
Be sure to let me know in the comment section down
Great
below.
video. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
all for joining me, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.
Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button, and I'll see you in the next video.